Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you could join me. As always, we're always diving into mysterious topics, and today we're going to talk about the history of presidents and a little bit of numerology with the America. That's right. So, what we're going to do here is go through the presidents as they relate to the tarot cards. So, what I'm going to show you here is kind of how I calculated the card for each of the presidents. So 0 is the Fool card, and that's just divine, God energy, divine energy, and also 22 relates to the Fool. So number 1 through 21 is the major arcana. And then the wands start with 23 to 36, and then here kind of breaks down here. The 36th president was under the influence of the 10 of wands. And then we have the cups, 37 through 50, the swords, 51 to 64, and the pentacles, 65 to 78. Now, of course, Donald Trump is right here at 45. But we're going to go back in history a little bit, all the way back to Jimmy Carter, the 39th president. And I'm going to write his name in here because I see I forgot to write it in here. Jimmy Carter. All right. So here we go. The 39th president was Jimmy Carter, okay? And he was under the influence of the Knight of Cups, all right? Now, the Knight of Cups will influence not only the energy that the country wants the person to have, but also the energy of where the country needs to be. Jimmy Carter, Knight of Cups. Let me show you what that card looks like. Welcome to the Knight of Cups. He loves what he does. He loves the country, would love the country. He was a messenger. This is Mercury, the messenger, and he's very stable, knows how to handle money. And of course, Jimmy Carter was very friendly, kind. He did a lot for human rights under that card, and the country responded and loved him. Now, most of the country, we will say. Here's Ronald Reagan, and here we have the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups, ironically, is dressed in a costume for acting. Oh, perfect for Ronald Reagan, right? Now, he also came in when Saturn and Jupiter were in conjunction and was an Aquarian sign. Now, I want to make a note here. There have been 4 out of the 5 Aquarian presidents who have died in office, all right? So, strange fact here. Ronald Reagan was shot in the chest in 1981, and he survived. But 4 of the 5 presidents who were born under the sign of Aquarius died in office. Do you realize what just happened with this recent Jupiter-Saturn conjunction as we entered the age of Aquarius? Holy moly. So, William Henry Harrison, Aquarian, died. Abraham Lincoln, Aquarian, died. William McKinley, Aquarian, died. Franklin D. Roosevelt, Aquarian, died. Ronald Reagan, Aquarian, shot in the chest, attempted to kill him, and he survived. So, the Page of Cups. This is when something new was happening in the country. They wanted new blood. So they got this actor person who was starting something new. He was calm, he was confident, and the country was ready for something new. Okay, next we have George H. Bush. Now, he was the 41st president, and that is the Ace of Cups. Now, pages are fragile new beginnings, but the Ace of Cups is definitely a new beginning. So George H. Bush came in under the influence of the Ace of Cups. He was also active in humanitarian and worldwide things, and he worked together with Jimmy Carter. He also he negotiated NAFTA, the trade agreement. So this is about the country is beginning to change. This is a brand new beginning, and that would be under George H. Bush. And then we had Bill Clinton under the Two of Cups. Now, this is mutual agreements. And of course, you know, the Two of Cups is a man and a woman. Of course, we know what happened with Bill Clinton and the woman. And of course, he apologized for that. But this is also, too, where the country wanted to be balanced. And he balanced the budget, and it wants people to get along, working in harmony. And he did. He made a huge peacekeeping effort while he was in office. And so this is getting along, right? So it's getting along. And then we come to the Three of Cups, George Bush. Now, the Three of Cups, you can see here, America wants like some kind of celebration, group energy. And this president, believe it or not, co-owned the Texas Rangers baseball team, which I found really interesting, and No Child Left Behind, which is also kind of a feminine energy as the mother's taking care of the children. And we get the Three of Cups, which is group energy. And so this would be America wants happiness, joy, group energy, celebration, you know, taking care of groups of people. And then we have Barack Obama, who was the first black president, came under the Affordable Care Act. The interesting thing about this is he suffered from a lot of people judging him. It was the first time that all of a sudden there was a huge group of people who did not like someone in office, and they really rebelled and created hatred toward him. So it made him a little bit, you know, closed off here. Even though he had on his list things he wanted to accomplish, it just kind of was a feeling that America changed. America withdrew. America wasn't proud anymore because the two parties for the first time separated, and racism kind of had a flashlight thrown on it for the first time. So that would be the Four of Cups. And then we had Donald Trump, who came under the five of Cups. And you can see that this isn't good at all. This is hidden sadness. This can be problems with addiction. This can be cover-ups. And it's the people are suffering. You know, this is illness, suffering. This would be the pandemic. This would be nothing's going my way. Now, he could have turned around and focused on the positive, but instead they're crying over the spilled milk. So most of his tweeting and everything is negative. He lashed out at people, and so he created a lot of chaos around him. And so the country was grieving. And also the cups over here and the cups over here, the country was divided. So he divided the country because he's standing here in between the cups. And for the first time, we actually had the division of the country so strong that one part of the party, the two parties, wanted to actually harm the other part of the country. And so we actually had groups of violence in the country overwhelmingly, as well as a pandemic, as well as economic suffering. So everything went wrong during this presidency. And of course, he's a Gemini, by the way. So that was the Five of Cups. Then we have Joe Biden coming in under, now we are the 46th president. And by the way, 45 is a 9. 4 plus 5 is a 9, and that's endings. So the number of that president, there was no way that he would serve a second term with having a 9. The 45th president, end, get in and end. And of course, there is a 5 in the 45th, and it represented the Five of Cups. So he had a dual energy of upsets. It's almost like being the 45th president, you would be doomed for it to end, and then you'd be, you know, it was just not a good time for the country. It was not a good cycle. Now we've got the 6, people taking care of each other. This is a change. 4 and 6 is a 1. It's a 10, but the 46th card is the 6 of Cups. It's compassion, giving. And of course, Joe, the second letter of his, first of all, his first J is a 1, so he's going to bring in new energy. And O is a 6 and E is a 5. So he's going to bring in new energy, serving people, shaking things up. But his last name is a B, which is a 2, and that's going to be, let's calm down. And what is he telling people? Hey, let's work together. I'm going to work on both sides of the fence. Now, this isn't a political reading, but yet it is, because we're talking about the presidents. So you can see that now the country wants people to help each other. So if you are helping someone or working in a group or volunteering, you're doing what the energy of America wants, and your life will work for you. If you're greedy, selfish, mean, it's not going to be a good 4 years for you under the 6 of Cups with the vibration of the country. And speaking of that, in 2024, the next president will be 7 of Cups. Look at the confusion here. There's going to be confusion around the election. Somebody who was going to run is not going to run. A mystery person that we don't know is going to show up out of the blue. And so it's going to throw everything off. It's just confusion. So this will be really interesting in 2024 with under the 7 of Cups influence. Wow. It'll be really interesting. Now, America is based... the numbers of America, it was founded July 4th, 1776, which makes it a 5 life path. What is a 5 life path? Freedom, adventure, action-based. It's also karmic. The country will repeat its mistakes until the lessons are learned. And 3 of the presidents actually died on the date the country was founded, which, what are the chances of that? 1 in 365 days, and 3 presidents died on that day. John Adams, who happened to be the 5th president. Thomas Jefferson, James Monroe. Very interesting. And we have entered the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is about, finding individuality and becoming fully who you are. And this past July 4th of 2020, America went into a personal year of 6. Well, isn't that interesting? The personal year of 6, and it's the 6 of Cups is the tarot card. It's not, you can't make this stuff up. So this is very, very interesting. And so this is about reinventing ourselves. Now, this is yourself, but this is the country. The country has to reinvent itself. It's got to focus on love. It's got to step up to the plate and take responsibility. It's got to go through a healing, particularly a healing of relationships. It's got to reunite the people. We have to be Americans, not divided anymore. The land wants to protect the loved ones. So these groups that think they're going to continue to do violence under a 6 influence, they're going to get their butts kicked, and they're going to have karma come back instantly. There is going to be a consequence for every action that is done in mean and cruelty. There'll be a consequence. Karma will kick their butt. This is compassion, let go of manipulation, keeping promises, and justice and judgment will be done during this period. So this is going to be a very interesting year and time as we enter the age of Aquarius. We enter the age of 6 of Cups, and we are in a personal 6 year for our country. So think about how you want to live. If you're in the United States, how can you live in harmony with the 6 of Cups? Well, if you do any of these things, you're living in harmony. And if you help other people, you're living in harmony. If you're nurturing and loving and you volunteer, this is all living in harmony with the numbers and the vibration of the country. So we'll keep you posted as the year progresses, and we'll see how much of this actually starts to manifest when Joe Biden takes office. By the way, he is a Scorpio energy, which is pretty intense energy. So he's going to add an intense, a calm but intense energy to his rule or his leadership quality. So as you're watching this, don't make it about who's leading the country. We've become way too obsessed with that. Make it about, get yourself in harmony with the numbers of the country and your personal numerology cycles. And that's what's going to bring you a happy and fulfilling life. Thanks for watching my channel. I'll see you on the next video.